Hello, this is Anne-Marie Wetton in Huntsville, Alabama, and I am here today with a couple of good friends, and we just wanted to share our stories and our experience. Me particular, one of the things I want to share is my experience around Juice Plus. So I am a 45-year-old mother of four. I am a chemical engineer, and I started running into some autoimmune issues, which looked like Hashimoto's and food allergies about 6 years ago. And I would be at the point where if I was eating something, I would have to hold my side. I would hold my side. Pretty much everything I was eating just upset my stomach so horribly, and I couldn't figure out what was going on. I had this brain fog later in the afternoon, and I work a lot at my job, so I would just crawl home from work and get in bed. What I started doing was I went and was working with a coach at work. She sent me to a naturopath. We got some blood work done, and what this naturopath found was that I was allergic to like 50 different foods were irritating my system. And what I did was I cut these out, but I started reading about what helped to heal bodies, and it was basically fruits and vegetables. We started juicing, which is a part-time job in itself. And around this time, I ran into a nutritionist at church, and she invited me to come hear a presentation. She told me about fruits and vegetables in a capsule. Someone already juiced for me, and I don't have to do that. I don't have to clean the juicer or argue with my husband about it. So what happened there was I jumped into the business and the product all at once, and I started seeing weird things. My skin clearing up, these bumps I had on my arms my whole life went away. My husband got off with his cholesterol medication. And then the business, I started sharing with people the experiences that we were having, and people joined me in the business. And so now I have a team that I'm building, and really a lucrative job that's allowed me to get our house in Tucson paid off before we moved, and then get my daughter in private school here. So it's just afforded us a lot of opportunities. And so what I wanted to do was just share real quickly like what this is, because sometimes it's not clear what we're talking about. So I'm just going to share my screen and show you a quick video on what it is.
When it comes to our health, diet is at the center of everything. Vegetables need to be at the center of our diets. I'm here today to tell you more about Juice Plus, whole food-based fruit and vegetable capsules that have given thousands of people a jumpstart to better diets and better health. We all know we need to eat lots of fruits and vegetables, half our plate at every meal, and we need to eat a wide variety too. But for most of us, even on our very best days, it's hard to do that. And that's where Juice Plus comes in. Juice Plus is whole food nutrition from 20 fruits and vegetables, 30 if you count the berry blend, that bridges the gap between what we should eat and what we actually do eat every day. I say whole food because it is food, concentrated to deliver a powerful nutritional punch in a few small capsules. We harvest the produce at just the right time to ensure the nutrition is at its peak. Freeze the produce to lock in that nutrition, and then, well, sort of pulverize everything, peels and all, into a pulp to unlock that nutrition and concentrate it. The peel is really important because, let's take an orange, for example. There's more vitamin C gram for gram in the peel than in the fruit itself. And if you're like me, you don't usually eat the peel. We dry that pulverized pulp, peels and all, at carefully controlled temperatures to protect the nutrients from damage. Then, blend it into Juice Plus fruit, vegetable, and berry powders, delivered to you in plant-based capsules or chewables. And we do all of this at state-of-the-art freezing, drying, blending, and manufacturing facilities. Juice Plus checks all the boxes. It's 100% plant-based and 100% vegan, even the capsules themselves. It's made entirely from non-GMO ingredients, it's gluten-free, and it's third-party NSF certified, independently confirming that what's on the label is really in the product. Juice Plus is supported by over 20 years of independent clinical research, conducted at prestigious hospitals and universities around the world, showing the benefits of Juice Plus on heart health, lung health, obesity, the immune system, even our DNA. There have been more than 35 studies and counting on Juice Plus, published in leading medical and scientific journals, making it easily the most researched branded nutritional product ever. And get this, if you're a parent or a grandparent or even an aunt or uncle, you can get Juice Plus free for a child by enrolling in our special program for families. This is our way to get Juice Plus into the hands of more families and encourage healthier eating habits for the next generation. Juice Plus also offers other whole food-based products that help you jumpstart and maintain a healthier lifestyle. Juice Plus complete shake mixes make it easy to replace unhealthy calories with a healthy shake or a smoothie. Mix with other helpful ingredients to start your day, or enjoy at lunch, or as an afternoon pick-me-up. Complete is rich in plant-based sources of protein and fiber and contains an entire range of whole food-based ingredients, different from those in Juice Plus capsules or chewables. And Juice Plus complete bars are another tasty way to replace unhealthy calories with healthier ones. Juice Plus Omega Blend offers a unique whole food blend of 5 different omega fatty acids, 3, 5, 6, 7, and 9. What also makes Juice Plus Omega Blend so unique is it's a 100% plant-based omega product. We bypass the middle fish and go straight to the fish's source, the algae. And last but not least, there's Tower Garden by Juice Plus, a vertical aeroponic home-growing system that lets you grow your own fresh fruits and vegetables year-round, indoors or out. We're proud that our Juice Plus products have been that one simple change that's helped jumpstart thousands of people to better diets and better health. We bet they can do the same for you.
Right, great. So I would like to introduce Josh, and Josh is going to talk to us about his experience. Josh, I'm going to hand it over to you.
Well, that's a tough video to follow because I don't know how after watching just that short clip that you couldn't scratch your head a little bit and think, maybe I should check this out a little bit. But that's not how I saw it because I thought I knew everything. And I do have another business. I started a business about 16 years ago, and I have 3 different offices, one in Texas, one in Omaha, Nebraska, and one in Kansas City, Kansas. And my wife got introduced into Juice Plus maybe 4 or 5 years ago. And I remember her telling me about it, and I kind of just laughed at her, and I thought that it's pretty silly, just because of fruits and vegetables. And anyway, but we took it. I didn't really take it. I took it every once in a while, but she took it. And my wife, she's spent 10 years in the Army in the medical field. She's got her master's in the health community world, and so she does know what she's talking about. But still, I didn't think it was really anything worth looking at. And she just kept doing it and doing it. And I feel really dumb now because I wish I would have looked into it when she first started telling us about it. But if you compare this business now to what my business was, I've probably invested over $1 million over the last 16 years into a business that right now, unfortunately, with everything that's going on, we may not even see it through. She invested $50 into owning her own business. She gets all the same write-offs that I would have for the business that I have. And she was able to just continue doing her normal life, and just everyone you talk to, she was able to share some of this with. And now that she's been doing it for a while, and I've also jumped in with her and understand it and believe in it, now every day we have exciting things happening that are coming from people that we got to take Juice Plus a while ago. And so now the business is kind of working itself a little bit. It's kind of coming back to us. But if you're looking at another way to make some additional income, I mean, this is really a no-brainer because it's got so much science that if you were like me at the beginning and you didn't look at it, I mean, it's all about when they finally look at it. they'll catch it and they'll want to do it. And I'm glad we're doing it now, because I mean, I just can't, I never envisioned starting a business for $50. I've invested so much that's going to go away, and there's no overhead in this. There's no payroll. There's no, all these other headaches. And there's not many other things that you can do that you could go get a consistent flow of income that's going to repeat, because people aren't going to stop taking this. If they stop taking it, I don't know why they would. They've just lost their marbles, I suppose. Because I think that once you start taking it and you start feeling better, you will continue taking it for a long time. So I have my own testimony. I don't have time to share it right now, but I've had a ton of benefits come through to me. And so I would encourage you to take a closer look at both the product and the business. And yes,
So Josh, in your last 30 seconds, one of the things I love that you've done with your business is your afternoon shred. So can you talk a little bit about the 10-day shred and how you've set up accountability teams for that?
So what the shred, sorry, I had some feedback coming from the side over here, but we did start a shred 10. We are doing a weekly or a daily call at 5 o'clock. And I just posted some lives to try to get some people going in it, but we're just really trying to keep people accountable. And it's been a great way for us just to stay in touch. A lot of good things are happening from it. We're sharing recipes. We're hearing all the benefits of people's days. So it's been really great community to start. I think it's going to take off and it'll continue to grow.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, Josh. I appreciate that. And hey, Lindsay, I'm going to turn it over to you because I would love to hear your story.
Okay. Hi, everyone. So I'll just jump right in. I have known Megan for quite a while, and she had approached me more than several times about the Juice Plus business, and I was just very stubborn and wasn't interested. I'm a hairdresser, so I felt like just as there's 1 million hair products, there's 1 million health products. So I just told her no. And meanwhile, my dad is my big story, and that's really the reason that I now am a part of this business. My dad was a terrible eater. We all love carbs, sugar, chocolate, sweet tea, all that, and that sugary cereal was his breakfast staple. So he found out 6 years ago now that he was severely diabetic, so bad that his primary care physician told him he should be dead. And so he freaked out a bit, and he ended up at a diabetic convention in Scottsdale. And I found out through Megan that Juice Plus was the only company of its kind allowed in this convention because they are whole food. They're not a vitamin. And he came back from this convention and called me, and he said, "Hey, have you ever heard of this stuff called Juice Plus?" And I said, "Yeah." And he said, "I bought it all." I was like, "What? No, you didn't." And so he did. Meaning the quad. So he's been taking it ever since, every day for 6 years. My mom takes it now. My husband and I take it. My 6-year-old son takes it. And when my dad went to his first follow-up for his labs post being diagnosed, his doctor said, "I have no idea what you're doing, but you better keep doing it because your labs should not look this good yet." And I feel like that's the thing I notice the most about all of my customers. The first thing they notice is their lab work. That's what happened to my husband, his uncle. It really shows in the lab work, because I feel like sometimes I would have customers that were like, "Well, it's been a week and my skin looks the same and my hair looks the same and I feel the same." I'm like, "Okay, it's only been a week though. Your body needs to absorb it. Just give it some time." That's what this company is all about. Just give it some time. So anyhow, my dad's still here. He's a completely different person. I called Megan right after that and said, "Okay, fine, sign me up." And so here I am. And the number one reason, especially now, that I'm grateful that I joined the business with her is because I'm a hairdresser. And so right now I have no job. And if I'm not at work, I'm not making money. I don't have money that just comes to me from not doing hair. So I have been pushing this business really hard this last 2 weeks because that's what I have. But you know what? I get positive feedback from every customer. So I don't regret it for a second.
Thank you so much, Lindsay, for sharing. That was great. I'm very inspired by that. So Angela McDougall is on the phone. She just walked out of her work today and was able to get on. So I appreciate that, Angela. I'm going to unmute you and in your video.
Okay.
All right. Go ahead. You're up.
Okay. All righty. Hi, everyone. Thank you for the introduction. I met Amerie maybe going on 2 months ago now. So about a month ago, she invited me to Salt on the Rocks here in Huntsville. And just a little bit about myself. I'm a single mom of 3 boys, and we're always on the go all the time. They're very heavily involved in sports and, of course, school, and I'm also in school. So it bothers me that, we don't eat as well as we should on an everyday basis. And on top of that, I know that eating right is just life. I mean, health issues, everything that, we deal with in life, eating right makes everything better. Okay, so she invited me to this Salt on the Rocks and health and wellness event. And so I just sat there and basically I just listened, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is, I mean, God ordained, because as I sat there and listened to all the benefits and everything about Juice Plus, I couldn't wait to sign up. And so, and also with Amerie, I mean, when I first met her, there was, I probably told her my life story. So, there was this just trust factor, there that I just, and especially, hearing her story, I didn't have any doubt in my mind about it. So a little bit about my boys. I have 3 boys. The younger son, he had issues with constipation, and he would always be holding his side and coming, complaining, "Mom, my stomach hurts," because it would take him a few days, to use the bathroom. And so a week later, I noticed after being on Juice Plus, he was using it twice a day. I don't know how much you guys know about gut health, but gut health is health. Everything, if your gut is not right, you're not right. And so a week later, he was using the bathroom twice a day. I have a middle son. He's 14. He had issues with gas really, really, really bad. I know it was embarrassing at school because it smelled terrible in the car. But he would have issues, and I knew that had a lot to do with, just gut health. And so he was given probiotics and everything else after Juice Plus. It's only been a little over a month. He has not been having gas issues at all, period. My older son, he has had issues with asthma over the years and allergies, and he has a really bad allergy to just a lot of things, like Amerie was saying. One thing is milk. When he drinks milk and dairy products, he coughs a whole lot. I mean, to the point where he's choking on his food. He even told me that even being a high school student, it's embarrassing to sit and eat with his friends because he's embarrassed because he can't stop coughing. He even said to me, "Mom, I have not been coughing." I mean, he just feels so much better. And with me, I run around all the time, like I was just saying. My energy feels so much better. I'm not like dead tired at the end of the night. I feel so much better. I've been coming just more regular, which is an issue that I always had, just dealt with over the years. And just like I said, it's only been a month, so I love to share the story. I love to share Amerie's story, and I can't wait until I really see even more benefits of Juice Plus, because I know just this short period of time has just been amazing. And just like Josh was saying, I agree, the business just makes so much sense. And so, Amerie, I got involved in that, and it's just great. So thank you.
Thanks, Angela. And Angela, even before the end of her first month, she already had a distributor. So she has someone on her team too that we're growing. So it's been a really exciting ride, and just to see the health journey of the people in Angela's life as we reach out to them has been really fun. I'm going to transition to
Amerie, you're on mute.
All right, Sue, I'm going to unmute you. Thank you. Sue, I'm going to unmute you and let you share your story. You're coming from Tucson, Arizona.
Hey, hi, everybody. Thank you, Anne-Marie. I started taking Juice Plus about a year ago, and when I started, I was obese. I didn't have any energy. I was on antidepressants, and I was pretty much a mess. And I met Anne Marie at Juice Plus Salad in a Jar party, and I listened to her story, and I had already started taking the fruits and vegetables before I met her. And then when I heard the presentation, I added the berries and the omegas and the shakes. And I had, the first thing I noticed right away was I had so much energy. I just hardly didn't even know what to do with myself. And I started working out and exercising. And then I started doing the shred, which Josh talked about. And I eliminated sugar and dairy and gluten from my diet. And I just started losing weight. And by 4 or 5 months in, I had lost about 40 pounds, and I had been on antidepressants for all of my adult life. And sometimes I'd been taking 4 and 5 different ones a day. And when I started Juice Plus, I was still taking 3 a day. And by 5 or 6 months after I started taking it, I was able to get off all of my antidepressants, and my skin looked better. People told me that I looked, years younger. My dental health improved. My dental hygienist, she just was like, you don't have any plaque. What have you been doing? Why don't you have any plaque? And so I shared with her about Juice Plus, and people are just, they're so hungry right now for health and try to make themselves better. And Juice Plus just really provides a whole roadmap for that. And I decided to get involved in the business because it had made such a huge change in my life, and I wanted to share it with my friends and my family. And I knew a lot of people that really needed it, and I really felt like it could change their lives. And so it just has been such a huge blessing to me, and I'm just very thankful for everybody on this call, and just for the whole Juice Plus community.
Thanks so much, Sue. And I know you just got your tower garden started and your seedlings growing, so you're starting to see having the tower gardening experience too.
Yeah, I'm excited about that because I use greens in my smoothie every morning. So instead of having to buy them, I can just go out on my patio and pick them, and they're better than anything you could ever buy in the store.
Nice, that's awesome. That's great. Thank you so much. So I am going to turn it over to Megan O'Brien. I'm going to unmute you, Megan, and pin up your video. All right, so Megan and I have known each other for about 5 years now and have been working together, building our businesses, and developed a great friendship. So she's one of my closest friends. Now we meet virtually from other sides of the country. So Megan, please share with us your story.
Sure, thank you. My journey with Juice Plus basically began 8 years ago when I was pregnant with my first daughter. And my background is in exercise physiology, so I have been in the wellness field for a long time. I worked also as a director of cardiac rehab for many years here at the Heart Hospital, and work with people in terms of their health, their wellness, prevention. And so I had seen so many different products come in and out of where I was working over the years. So when I was introduced to Juice Plus, I had the healthy skepticism that I think is really important for all of us to have. But I took a look at the research, and being pregnant with my first child, I researched everything. So I decided, you know what, this research is blowing me away. I'm going to jump on board, talk to my OBGYN, and she said, yes, absolutely. It's a great product. I know all about it. So I took it just because I was pregnant and wanted to get that extra nutrition into my baby. Um, but what ended up happening was, for me, I'm somebody who's always had asthma my entire life. I was on Advair daily, and also had albuterol as a rescue inhaler. But what would happen was every winter, a little cold would turn into a major bronchitis issue that would land me in the emergency room or urgent care at least once to 2 times a winter. And that was just my norm. But I was also juicing and eating really healthy. I thought there's nothing more I could really do for my body. And the interesting thing with taking Juice Plus, after about 7 months of taking it just for that baby, I noticed that that was the first year I didn't get bronchitis. And so fast forward, now it's been 8 years later. I have not once had bronchitis since I've started Juice Plus. If I get a cold, my body's able to fight that cold off so it doesn't turn into anything more than some sniffles for a day or two. And on top of that, I decided, with the blessing of my OBGYN, to take Juice Plus as my sole prenatal for my second 2 pregnancies. Because I just looked at this isolated synthetic stuff that was in prenatals, and I wanted the real bioavailable form in my body. And so had 3 healthy babies. My kids are extremely healthy. They rarely go to the doctor for anything except for their well check. But I actually jumped right into this business right from the beginning because I wanted a discount on my products. But the interesting thing at the time, I didn't want to sell anything. I didn't want to, I just didn't see the potential in this business when I first started. But what ended up happening, I knew immediately I wanted my mom and dad and the people I love the most to be taking Juice Plus. But what ended up happening was they started to feel better and healthier. And in so many of my conversations out there with people, I heard struggle and I heard frustration with their kids or their own health. And I couldn't not share the solution that had been so important for me and my family. So it eventually turned into a business. And now I am just so blessed because the community that I found within this business and the purpose I now have, especially when I lost my job 2 years ago due to downsizing, I have this, and this is what I do now, and I love it. So that's really my story. I'll never stop sharing this with anyone, the business and the products.
Mhm. Thank you so much, Megan. I really appreciate that. So that concludes our Friday afternoon webinar, and it was so great to have all of you on and hear your stories, and thank you so much.